أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. صلوات. الفاتحة.
बर मुहम्मदिन व आले मुहम्मद सलावत अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला मुहम्मदिन व आले मुहम्मद। अस्सलामु अलैकुम जमीअ व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातुहू। इन्ना लिल्लाहि व इन्ना इलैहि राजिऊन। Mu'mineen, we have received news from India. Maruma Kanis Fatima binti Masum Ali Badami has passed away. Maruma has already been buried. You are humbly requested to remember the Maruma with Namaz-e Hadiyah Mayyat or Namaz-e Washat. Mu'minina, also remember her in your du'as and ask from her maghfirat. Mu'mineen, you are humbly requested to please join me in reciting Surah Fatiha for Maruma Kanis by Fatima binte Masum Ali Badami. Al-Fatiha. Mu'mineen, this announcement is from our car park volunteers for Saturday the 13th of July. Bowling car park hours. The bowling car park will be operational from 7 p.m. to midnight and will close promptly at midnight. Any cars after 12 a.m. will have to be collected the following day. Husaini Islamic Center cannot be responsible for any theft or any damage occurring over the night. Once the main car park and the bowling alley car park is full, Wellington Street car park will be open for attendees to park their vehicles. A sign on the road has been already put out, an overflow car park open, as well as the car park volunteers will be stationed on the Star Road and Wellington Street to direct cars to the car park. Shuttle service will be available to and fro from mosque. The shuttle service can be identified with a flashing orange beacon on the roof of the vehicle. Please note, Wellington Street car park will close promptly at 10:30 p.m. Please collect your cars after Salatul Maghribain, otherwise your cars will be locked overnight. Jamaat doesn't take any responsibility. Bar Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad salawat. Moving into tonight's Ruhani Majlis announcements. Majlis by the family of Marhum Alhaj Amir Ali Bhai Jamal Datu for the Isale Sawab of Marhum Ghulam Sher Ali, Marhum Sheikh Yusuf Nafsi, Marhuma Tasneem Bhai Awan, Marhuma Sugra Bhai Ramji, Marhuma Marzia Bhai Datu and Kul Marhumins. Majlis by Alhaj Amir Ali Bhai Muhammad Ali Walji for the Isale Sawab of Marhum Muhammad Ali Bhai Walji, Marhuma Zainab Bhai Muhammad Ali Walji, Marhuma Kaniz Fatima Muhammad Ali Walji, Marhum Mohsin Bhai Muhammad Ali Walji and Kul Marhumins. Majlis by the family of Marhum Alhaj Ramzan Ali Muhammad Ali Walji for the Isale Sawab of Marhum Muhammad Ali Bhai Walji, Marhum Ramzan Ali Muhammad Ali Walji, Marhuma Shirin Bhai Muhammad Ali Walji, Marhuma Maryam Bhai Muhammad Ali Walji, Marhum Ali Bhai Bhimji, Marhuma Kulsum Bhai Bhimji, Marhuma Salma Bhai Walji and Kul Marhumins. Majlis for the Isale Sawab of Marhum Ibrahim Jibaji, Marhuma Sikina Bhai Binti Dawood Bhai, Marhum Saifuddin Bhai Jiwaji, Marhuma Rashida Bhai Najmuddin, Dayama Bhai Tayyab Ali and Kul Marhumins. Majlis by the family of Marhum Alhaj Ali Bhai Rajab Ali Pardhan for the Isale Sawab of Marhum Ali Bhai Rajab Ali Pardhan, Marhumins of Pardhan family, Panjwani family, Mamdani family and Kul Marhumins. You are all humbly requested to recite Surah Fatiha for Kul Marhumins Al-Fatiha.
Salawat. नारे तकबीर, नारे रिसालत, नारे हैदरी। कासिम ने कहा दिल से कि अब क्या है इरादे, कासिम ने कहा दिल से कि अब क्या है इरादे। सबीर को घेरे है सवार और प्यादे, सबीर को घेरे है सवार और प्यादे। ऐसा न हो कोई नाम मोहम्मद का मिटा दे, ऐसा न हो कोई नाम मोहम्मद का मिटा दे। मरने का यही वक्त है हिम्मत जो खुदा दे, मरने का यही वक्त है हिम्मत जो खुदा दे। देखा सुए सबीर जो हिम्मत की नज़र से, देखा सुए सबीर जो हिम्मत की नज़र से। तलवार उछलने लगी कासिम की कमर से। सलवात।
Mu'mineen, we have been humbly requested by a family for a Mu'min brother who is very ill in the hospital. BiHaqq Imam Zainul Abidin, can we please recite 5 Amma Yajibul for the patient and Kul patients who are sick all over the world? Please join me reciting 5 Amma Yajibul. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Amma yujibul mustar'iza da'a wa yaksifu su. Amma yujibul mustar'iza da'a wa yaksifu su. Amma yujibul mustar'iza da'a wa yaksifu su. أما يجيب المستر إذا دعاه يكشف السوء ما يجيب المستر إذا دعاه يكشف السوء اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Mu'minin, humbly request you please remember all those people all over the world who are ill, especially during Muharram, with the wasila of Imam Zainul Abidin. Please remember them in your du'as. Asant. I'll now request upon a young master who is very good in delivering speeches. I'll request upon Master Hussain Lakha to come and deliver his speech. Please let's all welcome with a loud Nare Salawat.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Rabbi shah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Dear brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today, as we gather to remember the tragedy of Karbala during the sacred month of Muharram, we reflect on the lives of the martyrs who stood with Imam Hussain alayhi salam against tyranny and oppression. Among these martyrs, one of the most courageous figures is Hazrat Qasim. Hazrat Qasim was just a teenager when he stood in Karbala. Despite his tender age, he displayed remarkable courage and unwavering commitment to the cause of justice. On the day of Ashura, when the companions had all sacrificed their lives, Hazrat Qasim approached Imam Hussain seeking permission to join the battle. Clad in armor too big for his young frame, Qasim entered the battlefield with valor that belied his age. He fought valiantly, embodying the spirit of his grandfather. As Hazrat Qasim fought bravely, he was surrounded by the enemy forces. Despite his courage, he was ultimately overpowered. In his final moments, he fell to the ground calling out, "Oh uncle, come to my aid." Imam Hussain, hearing the cry of his beloved nephew, rushed to his side. The scene that met Imam Hussein's eyes was heart-wrenching. Hazrat Qasim lay on the battlefield, his young body broken and battered. Imam Hussain cradled the dying Qasim in his arms, his heart heavy with grief. The young boy who had shown such bravery and faith was now breathing his last breaths. Imam Hussain lifted Qasim's shattered body and carried him back to the camp, where the women and children were waiting, their hearts breaking at the sight of their beloved Qasim. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Al-Fatiha.
Salawat. अब्बास तेरा हक है, ज़माना तुझे रोए। अब्बास तेरा हक है, ज़माना तुझे रोए। जब शाम सहर फातिमा ज़हरा तुझे रोए। अब्बास तेरा हक है, زمانہ تجھ رویا ترالی پہرے پہ ستمگار کھڑا ہے درالی پہرے پہ ستمگار کھڑا ہے کیسے تیرے لاش پہ سکینہ تجھ رویا کیسے تیرے لاش پہ سکینہ تجھ رویا عباس تیرا حق ہے زمانہ تجھ رویا جس وقت اٹھایا نہ گیا لاش جواں کا جس وقت اٹھایا نہ گیا لاش جواں کا شہ اس غری اکبر سے زیادہ تجھ رویا شہ اس غری اکبر سے زیادہ تجھ رویا عباس تیرا حق ہے زمانہ تجھ رویا زینب نے کہا شاہ میں غریبہ میں غازی زینب نے کہا شاہ میں غریبہ میں غازی بے پردہ مجھے دیکھ کے بابا تجھ رویا بے پردہ مجھے دیکھ کے بابا تجھ رویا عباس تیرا حق ہے زمانہ تجھ رویا بنا ہاتھ کے کس طرح تو گورے سے گرا تھا بنا ہاتھ کے کس طرح تو گورے سے گرا تھا یہ سن کے بہت اہل مدینہ تجھ رویا یہ سن کے بہت اہل مدینہ تجھ رویا عباس تیرا حق ہے زمانہ تجھ رویا مشکیزہ کہیں جسم کہیں ہاتھ کہیں ہے مشکیزہ کہیں جسم کہیں ہاتھ کہیں ہے جا جا کے کہاں فاطمہ زہرا تجھ رویا جا جا کے کہاں فاطمہ زہرا تجھ رویا عباس تیرا حق ہے زمانہ تجھ رویا جب شام سحر فاطمہ زہرا تجھ رویا عباس تیرا حق ہے زمانہ تجھ رویا صلوات الفاتحہ
برائے تاجیل امام زمانہ بلند تر صلوات. مجرائی خلق میں ان آنکھوں نے کیا کیا دیکھا. مجرائی خلق میں ان آنکھوں نے کیا کیا دیکھا. پر کہیں سے پیم برسانا آقا دیکھا. مجرائی خلق میں میں نے دیکھا لمحے شاہ کو آلودۂ خون. میں نے دیکھا لمحے شاہ کو آلودۂ خون. میں نے عباس کو بے جان لب دریا دیکھا. مجرائی خلق میں میں نے دیکھا اصغر کا گلا خون میں تر. میں نے دیکھا اصغر کا گلا خون میں تر. میں نے زخمی علی اکبر کا کلیجہ دیکھا. مجرائی خلق میں ایک گٹھڑی شہدی پوشت پہ لائے اس میں ایک گٹھڑی شہدی پوشت پہ لائے اس میں نے ٹکڑے ہوئے قاسم کا سراپا دیکھا مجرائی خلق میں بیردا خلق نے اس بی بی کے سر کو دیکھا بیردا خلق نے اس بی بی کے سر کو دیکھا جس کی مادر کا کسی نے نہ جنازہ دیکھا مجرائی خلق میں کہتی تھی زینب مستر کے خدا خیر کرے کہتی تھی زینب مستر کے خدا خیر کرے رات کو خواب میں اریا سر زارا دیکھا مجرائی خلق میں جا کے زینب نے مدینے میں کہا سغرا سے جا کے زینب نے مدینے میں کہا سغرا سے کہوں کس منہ سے کے پردیس میں کیا کیا دیکھا مجرائی خلق میں گر پڑے سے نبی تھام کے ہاتھوں سے جگر گر پڑے سبت نبی تھام کے ہاتھوں سے جگر علی اکبر کو جو ریتی پہ تڑپتا دیکھا مجرائی خلق میں ہائے کیوں نہ گئی کوڑ کے ان آنکھوں نے ہائے کیوں نہ گئی کوڑ کے ان آنکھوں نے قید خانے میں سکینہ کا جنازہ دیکھا مجرائی خلق میں صلوات
بر محمد و آل محمد صلوات اللہم صلی علی محمد. Mu'mineen, I humbly request you, please be kind enough to come forward so other Mu'mineens can come and join us. They'll be highly appreciated. Jazakallah. Mu'mineen, now request upon Dr. Sayyid Ammar Nakshawani to come and deliver his lecture. Please let's all welcome him with a loud Nare Salawat.
وآل محمد صلوات.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا وعظيمنا وحبيب قلوبنا وشفيع نفوسنا أبي القاسم محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين وأصحابه الغر الميامين. الحمد لله الذي جعلنا من المتمسكين بولاية سيدي ومولاي علي بن أبي طالب. الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. أما بعد، يا علي، إنه لا يحبك إلا مؤمن ولا يبغضك إلا منافق. The first of our loud salawat in honor of Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. Second loud salawat in honor of Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam. A third with your loudest voices in honor of the Imam of our time, Imam Sahib al-Asri wa Zaman. Respected scholars, brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. The Nawasib killed Imam al-Husain alayhi salam at Karbala. The Nawasib are a group in Islamic history whose identity was their hatred for Ahlulbayt alayhim salam in general, but for Imam Ali alayhi salam in particular. A Nasabi, without a doubt, is one of the oldest of all the groups of the religion of Islam. Karbala was not a Sunni versus Shia war. There was no Sunni at the time in Karbala. As we discussed last night, there was no conception of Sunni when Karbala took place. There was the Shia of Ahlulbayt alayhim salam, and then there was the Shia of the haters of Ahlulbayt alayhim salam. Anyone who says Karbala was a Sunni Shia war is mistaken, because historically speaking, the crystallization of what we know today as Sunni was much later than Karbala. At that time, as we discussed last night, there were a number of leanings of people who were not Shia. So you were either at that time an Uthmani, or you were of the Murji'ah, for example, or you were of the Khawarij. The killers of Imam al-Husayn alayhi salam at Karbala were known as Nawasib. A Nasabi is someone who raises the flag or the standard of hatred to Imam Ali alayhi salam. This flag or standard can come in different ways. It could come, for example, through insulting Imam Ali alayhi salam, publicly insulting the Imam by showing that you have hate towards him, towards his legacy, towards his attributes, towards his principles. Another way was to kill the Shia of Imam Ali alayhi salam. That was a sign of nasb. If someone loved Imam Ali alayhi salam, what you would do is that you would kill that person. Because that person, if he stood up against you, the hater of Imam Ali alayhi salam, then automatically at that moment, you would arrest this person. You would take them on and you would say, is your hawiyya tashayyu'? Yes, behead them. Any Shi'i who either supported Imam Ali alayhi salam or was loyal to Imam Ali alayhi salam was executed straight away. A third sign of nasb was what? A third sign of nasb was wherever there were merits of Imam Ali alayhi salam, to try and delete those merits or to pass them on to someone else. That's why the nasabi in Islamic law, within Shia law, for us a nasabi is a kafir, a disbeliever. When a person has this hate for Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam, then he is what? Then he is a disbeliever automatically. Number two, a nasabi for us is najis. If a nasabi has the same laws applied to him as a dog and a pig and so on and so forth, that person automatically becomes known as najis. Number three, a nasabi is someone whose meat is haram to eat. You cannot eat the meat of a nasabi. Someone tells you that there is somebody there who has hatred for Imam Ali alayhi salam, it is haram to eat that person and what they've slaughtered. Number four, charity cannot be given to a nasabi. No one can give any charity to a nasabi. Number five, a nasabi cannot inherit from a Muslim. No nasabi can inherit from another Muslim while they have that hate that exists. Someone today, of course, has to make clear Sunnis are not nasabis, because Sunnis love Imam Ali alayhi salam. But the only danger that occurs with the Sunni world in their history is that while they love Imam Ali alayhi salam, they can fall into slight nasb when they want to discredit the Shia. That a person may say, I love Imam Ali alayhi salam, but in their effort to discredit Shia ideology, may end up using Nawasib as narrators for hadiths against Imam Ali alayhi salam. And that's why when you come to Karbala, there's something unusual about Karbala that many people don't reflect on. There was an unbelievable amount of vicious hate against Imam al-Hussein and his family at Karbala. If you look at the masa'ib that you hear every year, there are certain lines in the masa'ib which are lines that aren't just a problem or a disagreement. There are lines which show you that I hate you so much that I'm ready to cut you into pieces. As in, how many times in Karbala do you hear someone saying, I will take the sins of all the Arabs so that I kill this person? That's not a normal line to say. A Muslim, would you ever hear a Muslim say that I'm going to kill another Muslim and take the sins of all the Arabs on my shoulders? In Karbala, there were people as well who were blatantly saying things like, I'll break Hussein's heart by killing his son. That's a different level altogether. That level at Karbala was the most disgusting, vicious level that has existed. But there's a problem. How did it get there within 50 years of the Prophet dying? Karbala did not happen 200 years after Rasulullah. Karbala did not happen 400 years after Rasulullah. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Karbala happened while many of his companions were still alive. How did Islam reach a level where a person could look at a 12-year-old or a 6-month-old who does only happen to be the great-grandson of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? So not some stranger in Turkey or some stranger somewhere in Cordoba. No, no, no. A person who happens to be the great-grandson of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam from the age of 6 until the age of 12, and blatantly say, cut them into pieces when you get near his body. Yes? Because when you see how everyone was killed in Karbala, it wasn't just a killing where, you know what, arrow, shot, dead. It was like, each of you come chop him up. A few nights ago, when I discussed Zuhair ibn al-Qayn's musibah, Zuhair ibn al-Qayn, when he got killed, Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam was so hurt by the way they ripped his body into pieces. What had happened to the religion of Islam that 50 years after Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa died, we had reached a level where there were people with that much hate to the family of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa. Those people are known as Nawasib. And tonight, I'd like to examine in depth the history of these Nawasib, and to understand the psychology of these Nawasib, and to understand as well the evolution of Nawasib. And I'd like to do it in the following stages. Number one, this hatred to Imam Ali alayhi salam. Did it begin after Rasulullah died? Or was it already there in the time of Rasulullah? Number two, why does Rasulullah keep saying things like, Ya Ali, innahu la yuhibbuka illa mu'min, wa la yubghiduka illa munafiq, to his companions? Why does Rasulullah keep saying, Fatima bad'atun minni man adaha faqad adani? What is he indicating in these hadiths? Number three, who were the main people, who were the leaders of the Nawasib? Number four, what were the tactics of these people, especially when it came to the world of hadith? Number five, what did the Nasibis do before Karbala? That was a statement from them that if ever you dare speak up against us, we'll chop your heads off and parade them in the streets. Number six, how did Ibn Hajar himself say that Nasab didn't just happen then? In the Sunni world, some are even still affected by Nasab. And how was Ibn Taymiyyah, one of the kings of the Nawasib, although he viewed Imam Ali alayhi salam as the fourth Khalifa? How was there Nasb even within him? Today, does that Nasb still exist? And how could it be shown that when you see a grave of a member of Ahlulbayt alayhi salam, you have no hesitation shooting that grave or even bombing it? Let's examine this and dissect the topic in complete depth. If nasab means hatred publicly or privately to Imam Ali alayhi salam, many assume that this happened after Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa died. No, on the contrary. In the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa, the first fragments of this movement had already existed. Someone says, what do you mean? Are you saying amongst the Sahaba there was already people who hated Imam Ali alayhi salam? Yes, amongst the Sahaba. There were people who did not like each other. As in, for you to imagine that the Sahaba all liked each other. No. We know very well the famous hadith, La tasubbu ashabi, do not curse my Sahaba, was because of a fight between Khalid ibn al-Walid and Abd al-Rahman bin Auf. Khalid ibn al-Walid, if you ask anyone, they will say he's promised Jannah. Abd al-Rahman bin Auf promised Jannah. But Khalid and Abd al-Rahman, there was cursing. Rasulullah said, La tasubbu ashabi. Today many Shia are told, La tasubbu ashab. I said, Baba, first it was Khalid and Abd al-Rahman bin Auf, not us. Khalid did not like Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. Why? Ali ibn Abi Talib had tormented and ruined his plan on the day of Uhud. On the day of Uhud, when everybody else decided to take a holiday and leave, Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam, amongst others, they stayed with Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi. Khalid on that day was of the mushrikun. Khalid had come round the mountain thinking he was going to kill Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi. Who was there? Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. That animosity meant that never do you see an occasion when Khalid converts to Islam, never do you see an occasion where there is respect between him and Imam Ali alayhi salam. And that's why wonderfully it's narrated. If you go to the Sahih, you'll see that there is a story. Khalid went to do tabligh in Yemen. He went there to do tabligh, didn't do the best job of it. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sent Imam Ali alayhi salam there. In their literature, what does it say? Clear as day. In their literature it says that Imam Ali took from the khums for himself and he came the next day dripping, meaning that he had taken a lady from the khums and that he had completed what he had completed, and that the companions Khalid ibn al-Walid and Buraidah hated Imam Ali because of this. And that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa when they told him that they hate Imam Ali alayhi salam, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa had reprimanded them that I don't ever want to see hate towards Ali ibn Abi Talib. Never. Whether we accept that incident or no, why would Rasulullah tell a group of Sahaba, I don't want to see hate towards Ali ibn Abi Talib? It's because Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa himself could see that there was an element of the Sahaba that already harbored ill feelings towards Imam Ali alayhi salam. If I've killed your granddad at Badr, you're not going to be my best mate. And if I've ruined your plans at Uhud, and then at Hunain, I was there standing against you, the malice is going to remain. But the bigger malice was what? When Mecca was opened, the Prophet said that those people on this day, we're not going to go around and massacre people. Today, when Mecca was opened, all of these people who were our enemies, we let them free. What were they known as? The ones who were let free on the day of Mecca being opened. Tulaqa. Talaq means what? Talaq means to set someone free. Hence, divorce in Islam is the freeing from a contract. Tulaqa were those who were freed on the day of Mecca. These Tulaqa, who were they? They were Muawiyah bin Abi Sufyan and others of that ilk. These people, they were now within the Muslim community. These people hated Ali ibn Abi Talib. Dare I say, hated Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi. Because a Nasibi, the definition normally is what? Hater of Ali. My definition, hater of Ali harbors malice against some of the Prophet's decisions as well. Hater of Ali, but harbors malice against some of the Prophet's decisions as well. And that's why, have you ever asked yourself, why does the Prophet keep saying things like, oh Ali, no one loves you except a mu'min. No one hates you except a munafiq. Who's his audience at that time? Sahaba? True. All of them are Sahaba. If Sahaba all loved each other, why do I need to tell them? No one loves you. No one loves Ali except a mu'min. And no one hates Ali except a munafiq. Ya Rasulullah, your Sahaba are all going to Jannah. Paradise awaits them. Why would you need to inform your Sahaba about this? Unless I know that amongst those around me may be the biggest haters of this man. Yes? Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi, in Sunni literature, what does it say? Ya Ali, innahu la yuhibbuka illa mu'min, wa la yubghiduka illa munafiq. Memorize those lines and never forget them. Oh Ali, no one loves you except a mu'min. And no one hates you except a munafiq. Dare I say, even Fatima bad'atun minni, Fatima is a part of me, whoever angers her angers me. Why would I need to tell my Sahaba? If my Sahaba are the best of God's earth, the only reason I need to tell is I might be worried that some of these might take out their venom on Fatima al-Zahra alayhi salam. Therefore, Rasulullah had given a hint in his lifetime that there is going to be some of you guys who are going to hurt my family, who are going to show hate towards my family. Don't say I never told you. How many Shia asked me the question? Said, Ammar, why would Rasulullah hang around with these people when he knows what they will do later? I'm like, could he have made the message more clear with hadiths like this? How clear do you want me to tell you? Oh, you know one thing. Loving Ali is faith. Hatred of Ali is hypocrisy. If someone told me that, Wallahi, it would never leave my mind that if there's ever a day, and by the way, that's what changed Zubair in the Battle of Jamal. What changed Zubair on the Battle of Jamal? No one was more loyal to Imam Ali alayhi salam than Zubair when Saqifa happened. Who stood with Ali ibn Abi Talib in the house of Fatima al-Zahra? Who stood with Imam Ali? Zubair. Zubair was his first cousin. In the Battle of Jamal, imagine that scene. That you have all these people who have gathered together with their hate of Imam Ali alayhi salam as if they've never heard that Rasulullah said, Ya Ali, innahu la yuhibbuka illa mu'min wa la yubghiduka illa munafiq. Rasulullah had told Imam Ali that this Zubair will one day go against you, and that Rasul had told Zubair, when he told him, Zubair, how much do you love Ali ibn Abi Talib? When they were all together, And Zubair said, I love him more than anything. He said, what if I tell you one day you'll fight him? He said, never. I'll never fight him. And the day of Jamal, Imam Ali looked at Zubair. He said to him, do you remember that conversation? Now you have come out in this battle. And in this battle, you want to come out and you want to kill me? Zubair, there is one difference between Zubair and Hur bin Yazid al-Riyahi. One went 10 steps left, the other went 10 steps right. Imagine. Hur bin Yazid al-Riyahi, when he realized he was on the wrong, came towards Imam al-Husayn's army. Zubair, when he realized he was wrong, he left the army of Aisha and he left the battlefield. All he needed to do was to walk towards Imam Ali. Today in the Masa'ib, we remember Zubair's change more than Hur's change. What you found, therefore, was that Nasb did not begin in Karbala. Nasb began where? In the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi. The likes of Khalid, these are the names of the ones who had the hate to Imam Ali alayhi salam. Khalid ibn al-Walid, hate to Imam Ali alayhi salam. Mughira bin Shu'bah, Sahabi of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi. One of the biggest Nasabis in Islamic history, this Mughira bin Shu'bah. Khalid ibn Walid, Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan, Amr ibn al-As. All of these, you know, next to their names in the Sunni world, what do you have to say? Radiyallahu anhum. May Allah be pleased with them. Sunnis today love Imam al-Hussein and they love Imam Ali alayhi salam. But what they don't realize sometimes is that loving is not enough. If I love the killer of these people as well, I have to learn tawalla and tabarra. I dissociate from their enemy and I love the person. Muawiyah is a Sahabi of Rasulullah. No one can deny this. Amr ibn al-As, Sahabi of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi. Likewise, Mughira bin Shu'bah, Sahabi of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi. Khalid ibn Walid, Sahabi. But the reality is, the litmus test of them isn't how they were then. It is how they looked after the words of Rasulullah afterwards. And that's why the first group who emerged, who had bughd li Ali ibn Abi Talib, wa who? Al-Uthmaniyah. Uthmaniyah, by the way, Mimbar hardly mentions the Uthmaniyah. Normally, when people talk about Islam, they say the Sunni Shia split. Put Sunni aside, there was no Sunni at that time. Sunni is a mishmash of evolved ideas. There's no Sunni at that time. At that time, there is Shi'at Ali, who are the Shia of Ahlulbayt. Anyone opposing them, who are they? One category they would fall in is Uthmaniyah. Someone says, who's the Uthmaniyah? The Uthmaniyah are those who believe that there's only 3 rightly guided khulafa. Yes. And the 4th of them is the cause of trouble in the religion of Islam. Ali ibn Abi Talib is the cause of trouble in the religion of Islam. Al-Uthmaniyah, their philosophy was what? Philosophy was that we hate Ali ibn Abi Talib with a passion. Why do you hate Ali ibn Abi Talib with a passion? For what reason? Ali ibn Abi Talib was involved in the killing of Uthman. And Ali ibn Abi Talib knows who the killers of Uthman are. If he does not hand them over, then la'na goes towards him. That was their philosophy. The la'na began from where? From there. That Ali ibn Abi Talib has to remove himself from where? From the Khilafah. And that he must give it to the rightful people. Firstly, Uthman, when he was besieged, Imam Ali alayhi salam sent Imam al-Hasan, Imam al-Husayn. When he saw Uthman being besieged because he didn't want a fitna in the ummah. Secondly, why was Uthman besieged? Uthman was besieged because of his own actions. Why would someone besiege the great Uthman bin Affan? Wasn't so great at that time when people besieged him. Why did they besiege him? Because they saw Uthman begun to bring back the haters of Rasulullah and Imam Ali into government. Who are the haters of Rasulullah and Imam Ali into government? Uthman brought back Walid bin Uqba, hater of Ali ibn Abi Talib, who the Quran had condemned as a fasiq. Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu in ja'akum fasiqun binaba'in fatabayyanu an tusibu qawman bijahalatin fatusbihu ala ma fa'altum nadimin. O you who believe, when a wicked person comes to you with news, make sure you verify that news. Otherwise, you'll condemn a group of people into ignorance, and then you'll regret what you've done. You all know the story that Bani Mustalaq and Walid bin Uqba, these people were what? These people were enemies of each other. They both supposedly converted to Islam. Rasulullah asked this Walid bin Uqba, listen to how clearly changes happen. He asked Walid bin Uqba, go and collect the taxes from them. Walid's thinking, I hate Bani Mustalaq. I don't even know if these guys have become Muslim. Because you know what? What you think is what you manifest. If you think bad of people, yes, then that's what you manifest. If you think good of another person, that's what you manifest. I don't know if these guys become Muslim because I don't even know if I become Muslim myself. He said, I have to go and collect taxes from them. Let me do it. He was sent to collect taxes. He got there. They had all come out to welcome him because we're all converts now. So they've all come out to welcome him. When they came out to welcome him, he looked from far away. He's like, they've come out to kill me. Or they've come out to say welcome. He came back to Medina. And when he came back to Medina, he said to everybody, Bani Mustalaq have left Islam. What do you mean Bani Mustalaq have left Islam? He said, when I went to visit them, they came out to kill me. Or they came out to say salam to him. Rasulullah said, what did you say? He said, they left Islam. He said, what do you mean they left Islam? He said, you told me to collect the taxes. He said, yes. He said, well, I went to collect the taxes, but they came out to kill me. Jibreel came and told the Prophet, press pause. Press pause, why? He said, this guy, Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu, in ja'akum fasiq. Binaba'in fatabayyanu. When a fasiq comes to you with news, verify that news. This guy is a wicked evil doer. Don't condemn a group of people into jahl without you verifying about them. Who brought this guy back? Uthman bin Affan. Comfortably made him governor of Kufa. The famous man who led Salat al-Fajr drunk. He prayed Fajr. How many rak'ah is Fajr? 2. He prayed 4. He must have been drunk. Because normally a human when they pray Fajr can't wait to jump into bed as we're reaching 1.5 rak'ahs. True? This guy went on to 4 rak'ahs. In the 4th rak'ah, he turned around to the Jama'ah and said, shall I continue? How drunk must you be? You turn around to the Jama'ah and you say to that Jama'ah, you say to them, what? Shall I continue? Imam Ali told Uthman, this is what's happening. Uthman said, leave him, is my brother-in-law. Imam said, I will not leave him. The capital punishment of drinking in public must be administered. What's Walid bin Uqba? Uthman brought him in. Samara bin Jundub, Uthman brought him in. These were all banished by Rasulullah. Uthman brought them back in. When he brought them back in, no wonder the Muslims stabbed Uthman. They're like, what are you doing? This is nonsense. Third rightly guided caliph and bringing all the wrongly guided into power. Yes? So the Muslims killed him. Who is the blame? Ali ibn Abi Talib is to blame. Why Ali ibn Abi Talib? Why? Because number one, the mother of the believers doesn't like Ali ibn Abi Talib. So already we have a problem. Number two, Talha and Zubair, they looked at Ali ibn Abi Talib. They were thinking they were going to get governorships in Kufa and Basra. Imam Ali said, no. He said, what do you mean no? We were with you from the beginning of Islam. He said, well, Allah will reward you if you were with me in the beginning of Islam. But there's better people than you. These people, Uthmaniyya, they were adamant. We will do anything to kill Ali ibn Abi Talib. And also the lovers of Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. What do you mean lovers of Imam Ali? You know, in Basra, before the battle started, Aisha amongst others ordered Shi'at Ali, go and butcher them. Well, normally people say Aisha versus Ali at Jamal. I say before Jamal, in the lead up to the battlefield, they even would pluck the hairs out of the beards of Shi'at Ali. Yes? Imagine that scene. They would pluck the hairs out of the beard. These people, the Uthmaniyya, were the first Nawasib. In which sense? In the sense of in and around the Khilafah of Imam Ali alayhi salam. Karbala begun 25 years earlier, where people found it normal to publicly insult or fight Ahlulbayt alayhim salam. And not just publicly do it. So what if he's Muhammad's son-in-law? So what if those two are his grandsons? If we have to butcher them, we'll butcher them as well. The first group of Nawasib was who? Al-Uthmaniyya, those who believed that Uthman, it's Imam Ali's fault that he was killed. The second group were who? The Battle of Nahrawan, Al-Khawarij. Khawarij, Khawarij are blatant. Khawarij used to believe Imam Ali was the truthful Khalifa. Until when? Until the end of the Battle of Siffin. End of the Battle of Siffin, they're like, you've brought us out to fight, and at the end you want to make peace? Then you are a kafir. And the other one is as well, and we'll fight you in a battle. And subhanAllah, you know that battle of Nahrawan? These people in Nahrawan, by the way, Salah, Allahu Akbar, Psalm, memorize the Quran, but you are against our philosophy, then we will kill you. Any Shia of Ali that they found, they didn't just kill. Karbala, when I read the Masa'ib, there's something wrong because it's savage. It's not just killing. It's really savage. It's like if I get a 12-year-old, don't just hit him. All of you have a hit. Someone says, where was this? Khabbab ibn al-Arat, his son Abdullah, was walking with his wife. The Khawarij caught him, like ISIS. Yes. They caught him, and they caught someone else. That other person, they said to him, what are you? He said, I'm a mushrik. They said, okay, keep going. You know, these ISIS checkpoints that we saw when we were, keep going. You, Abdullah bin Khabbab ibn al-Arat, what are you? He said, I'm Shia of Ali ibn Abi Talib. He said, okay, kill him. Someone said, wait, that's a mushrik. He said, yes, Quran says, وَإِنْ أَحَدٌ مِّنَ الْمُشْرِكِينَ اسْتَجَارَكَ فَأَجِرْهُ. If any mushrik seeks your help, then help him. So we let him go. They said, how about these? He said, no, these, their leader, we want to kill him. So these people, what do you do? He said, my wife's pregnant. He said, your wife's pregnant, yeah? He said, yes. They took the wife. They literally slaughtered the stomach. Opened it. Opened it. Opened it. Why? Because we hate Ali ibn Abi Talib and you're one of his Shia. So we get reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala if we do that. They took the baby, they threw it in the river. That's it. That's it. Imam Ali was killed by who? This is a vital point. Imam was killed by someone who prays and fasts. Would you agree? Abd al-Rahman, Abd al-Shaytan ibn Muljam is someone who prays and fasts. But that person had hate to Imam Ali alayhi salam. Had hatred of Imam Ali. That person formed the second group of Nawasib, al-Khawarij. Al-Khawarij, what was their philosophy? Lovers of Ali, butcher them. Children of Ali, butcher them. Forget it. Ali himself, butcher him. So otherwise, how would they kill Imam Ali in sujood? How? They killed him because there was a tendency and a movement towards hatred to Imam Ali. Number one, al-Uthmaniyya. Number two, al-Khawarij. Number three, the biggest Nasabis of them all, Bani Umayyah. Yes? Bani Umayyah, what's their philosophy? Their philosophy is pure, very simple. Hatred of Ahlulbayt alayhim salam. That's the ideology. Someone asks, why the hatred of Ahlulbayt? For what reason? Because to Muawiyah and to Marwan, Ali ibn Abi Talib represents Rasulullah. Muawiyah hates Rasulullah. Marwan hates Rasulullah. Marwan ibn al-Hakam was the symbol of Nawasib. Marwan, again, by the way, if I'm a Sunni today, what do I have to say next to his name? Radiyallahu anhu. Marwan ibn al-Hakam, radiyallahu anhu, fought Ali ibn Abi Talib, radiyallahu anhu. Yes? Marwan ibn al-Hakam hated Imam Ali alayhi salam with a passion. And his whole goal was what? Was try and fight Ali ibn Abi Talib or his family members. That's why Siffin is ridiculous. Siffin, what is it? It's a whole army 20 odd years before Karbala who want to kill Imam Ali's army. Who's in Imam Ali's army in Siffin? Imam Ali is there. Imam al-Hasan is there. Imam al-Husayn is there. Who is that? Imam Ali, Imam Hassan, Imam al-Husayn. That's why today when a Sunni says to me that I respect Muawiyah, I say be careful because you're moving from tasannun to nasb. Say, what do you mean? I don't hate Imam Ali, but you love the man who fought him. Where the Sunni world is in danger is how? No Sunni today will say that I hate Imam Ali. Also, many of our Sunni brothers and sisters do not know that Imam Ali was discredited in these ways. Many of them, they assume Islam had this very rosy picture, Van Gogh, that it was Rasulullah, Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, Ali, Bani Umayyah, Bani Abbas, Seljuk, Ottoman, Khilafah, Salat al-Tarawih. Yes? Many assume that it flowed in this way. They don't know that no, on the contrary, wallah, it didn't. If you look back, you'll realize you have to be very careful. Why? Because when you say Muawiyah radiyallahu anhu, you are in a way showing hate without realizing it. Someone will say, no, no, I don't hate him. But you're praising a man who led an army which, by the way, had no limits to what they were willing to do. That army had no limits. It was just that they found Ali ibn Abi Talib and his companions on that day strong. That army, forget Ahlulbayt, even Ammar bin Yasir, they would be ready to kill. Sahabi of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi, on the day of Siffin, they killed him. That day of Siffin was the what? Prelude to Karbala. Why? If you put the similarities between Siffin and Karbala, what are they? A group of Nawasib, haters of Imam Ali, who are ready to kill Ali or his children. Simple as. Simple as. That was not Sunni Islam. Sunni Islam found it difficult to recover from this period because they don't know, what do we do? On one side is the killer, the other is the killed. One side is Khalifa, the other is Sahabi. And that's why you want to see alamat al-nasb. What are they? What are the signs of nasb? The first of them, publicly curse Ahlulbayt alayhim salam. Publicly. I don't know how we reach Karbala. I'll tell you how. The way the Umayyads did it, they built a society ready to butcher Ahlulbayt. Publicly, the first thing that you do, on the manabir, sab of Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. Muawiyah, Mughira bin Shu'bah, and Marwan ibn al-Hakam. Perfect triumvirate. Look what Islam became. Those freed on the day of Mecca now had Mecca in their hands. And what do? Every speaker in the Muslim world, Sham, or it was North Africa, or it was Basra, or Mecca, or Medina, if you finish a khutbah without cursing Ali ibn Abi Talib, you or your family members may be killed. Finish a khutbah without cursing. And that's why people like Ziyad, whose son just happens to be a man called Ibn. People like Ziyad, you all know his story. Ziyad, the father of Ubaidullah bin Ziyad in Karbala, was a governor for Muawiyah. Friday prayer, cursing Ali ibn Abi Talib. Mughira bin Shu'bah, radiyallahu anhu, cursed Ali ibn Abi Talib, radiyallahu anhu. Sometimes it's a mockery. Mughira bin Shu'bah, cursing Ali ibn Abi Talib on the pulpits. Ali ibn Abi Talib, Baba, I thought you said to me he's one of the 10 promised Jannah and so on. There was no 10 promised Jannah or any of that stuff till later. Later, after this whole debacle, rather what was happening, they were cursing Imam Ali alayhi salam. They weren't just cursing Imam Ali alayhi salam. They started to also have people they employed who, if they narrated history, were haters of Imam Ali alayhi salam. Someone says to me, what do you mean? If you look in Bukhari and Muslim, you'll see that they take hadiths from people who, in the literature of the Rijal, that it's mentioned, thiqah, trustworthy, hates Ali ibn Abi Talib. Bukhari has narrators of hadith who themselves are Nawasib, not Sunni. Because normally when you hear Sahih al-Bukhari, you imagine Sunni book. Sunni, no problem. Bukhari, Sunni book. Why narrate from someone who hates Ali ibn Abi Talib? Khalid, for example, bin Salam al-Makhzumi. Bukhari narrates from him, Muslim narrates from him. I defy you tonight on Google, write Khalid bin Salam al-Makhzumi. Write his name. And underneath it, read the entry on him. Man who is reliable in hadith, trustworthy, hater of Ali. Hater of Ali. Others, Imran bin Hattan, Salam ibn al-Akwa, these are all narrators of hadith, famous haters of Imam Ali alayhi salam. The first nas was what? And do you know what you're doing, by the way? When you Friday prayers, how important is Friday prayers in putting culture in society? I ask all of you here. All of you. Simple equation I want you to all think about. Jum'ah, how important is it in culturalizing a community? Jum'ah. A great khatib in Salat al-Jum'ah can shake a country. Isn't that true? In Jum'ah, you've got adults and kids. Would you agree? Any Salat al-Jum'ah in the world, there are adults or there are children. Those children, if they hear Ali ibn Abi Talib being abused on pulpits, 20 years later with a sword in their hands, what do you do with those kids? I'm a child, I'm 6 years old, I'm in Basra or I'm in Sham or I'm in the Hijaz. I'm listening to a khatib and the khatib is abusing Imam Ali alayhi salam. One day, when I get to 26 years of age, what am I going to do when I find out that boy is Ali ibn Abi Talib's what? Grandson. What am I going to do to the boy? What am I going to do? Am I going to say, MashaAllah, you come from such a good line? One of Muawiyah's clearest sign of his nasb was what? Was you bring up children charged with the hatred of Ahlulbayt. It's not just anyone who one day wakes up and says, I'll take the sins of all the Arabs on my shoulders when I kill that nephew. No, that person has got to be so charged with venom. You don't just do Karbala within one day. Karbala is a battery that's been charged. It's been charged and charged. Someone said, but said, Ammar, they might find out good things about Imam Ali. Maybe they'll listen to another lecture. What's the second tactic that a Nasibi uses? What's the second tactic? The hadiths in praise of Imam Ali, you either belittle them or you change them. What do we mean? Ibn Hajar, renowned scholar in the Sunni world. Arguably one of the most famous, to the level that some will call him Shaykh al-Islam. Ibn Hajar, he has a couple of books, of many books that he's written. Of them, famous ones, Taqrib al-Tahdhib, for example, Lisan al-Mizan. Within these, he discusses Imam Ali alayhi salam in two ways. In Taqrib al-Tahdhib, I want you to understand this. Why do I say this? I want everyone to focus on this point, please. Ibn Hajar wasn't living in the time of Karbala. But Ibn Hajar realized Nasb isn't just a thing from Karbala. You could fall into Nasb in any century. Any century. ISIS, what are they? You could fall into Nasb in any century. Anyone could be affected. Ibn Hajar, in Taqrib al-Tahdhib, he mentions 60 people who are Nawasib, haters of Imam Ali, who are respected. He himself says. But in Lisan al-Mizan, do you know what he says? He looks at Ibn Taymiyyah's book, Minhaj al-Sunnah. You all know Ibn Taymiyyah is seen in some circles as the ideologue of Islamic terrorism. Yep. Ibn Taymiyyah is not a small scholar. He's a huge scholar. Ibn Taymiyyah has many books. The famous Syrian scholar. Ibn Taymiyyah, Ibn Hajar comments on Minhaj al-Sunnah. What's Minhaj al-Sunnah? Minhaj al-Sunnah Nabawiyah is a reply. Ibn Taymiyyah and Allama al-Hilli lived in the same period. Ibn Taymiyyah replied to Allama al-Hilli's book. Allama al-Hilli has a book, Minhaj al-Karama, in the Ma'rifah of the Imamah. This Ibn Taymiyyah has Minhaj al-Sunnah in the reply to Allama al-Hilli. Allama al-Hilli, what's his title? Ibn al-Mutahhar. True? Because his grandfather was called al-Mutahhar. So he is the son of Mutahhar. His granddad's called Mutahhar. Ibn Taymiyyah, the first sign of Nasb, clearly, is what? When he talks about Allama al-Hilli, he says Ibn al-Munajjas. Number one, the son of Najasa. Baba, it's an academic reply, or are you full of hate? But secondly, what does at that moment Ibn Hajar say about his book? He says Ibn Taymiyyah believes Imam Ali is the fourth Khalifa. No doubt. There's no way Ibn Taymiyyah doesn't believe. He believes Imam Ali is the fourth rightly guided Khalifa. But he says when he comes to a merit of Imam Ali alayhi salam in any hadith, he tries to find a way to belittle it. A Sunni is not a Nasabi. But a Sunni can fall into a Nasabi in which sense? When he wants to discredit the Shia with an opinion, he'll use someone who stabs the Shia thought through Imam Ali. Let me give you an example. Ali, you are to me like Harun was to Musa. Ali, أنت مني بمنزلة هارون من Musa. Hadith al-Manzila. Everyone praises it. Sahaba praised it. Sa'ad bin Abi Waqqas, Ammar, all of them, they praised it. Do you know how the Umayyads played with it? And how it changed later on? Ali ibn Abi Talib, Ali is to me like Aaron was to Moses. You can go to Bukhari, go to these books, they all quote it. What does Ibn Taymiyyah say? He says, what's special about that? What's special? Ali, to me, like Aaron was to Moses, because when the Prophet went to the Battle of Tabuk, he left him as governor of Medina. And the Prophet had left others as governors when he went away. So what's special? What's really short? You see, the venom. So what's special? You name me a prophet. You name me one of your companions who's comparable to a prophet. Name me one. Huh. Name me one who's Ali is to me like Aaron is to Moses. Do you know how high a level that is? And the Prophet even has to qualify it at the end. Except there's no prophet after me. Relax. Because there's a chance you guys might think he's that great. You might even call him a prophet. Stop. He says, what's so special? Not just what's so special. Those who hated Ali ibn Abi Talib, not just saying not so special. Then they changed the hadith. Al-Jawjazani, he discusses this. He says that there was one of the Umayyads who looked at that hadith. Ali, you are to me like Aaron was to Moses. He says the wording was wrong. So what do you mean? He says, Ali, anta minni bimanzilati Qarun min Musa. Pure Ibn Zina status there. Now, that person, without a doubt, that person, when it says, Ali, you are to me, like Aaron was to Moses. No. Aaron, prophet. What's Qarun? Who's Qarun? Hater of Moses. Yeah? You know the story of Qarun, the man who needed so many people to even lift the key to open his treasure chest. Imagine I've got a call, 50 people in the mosque and say, can you all hold the key to open my safe? Qarun, so arrogant against Musa, Ha and Qaf can easily have a manuscript error. If it's Ali ibn Abi Talib, why easily? Just do it. What do they teach the children then? They turn around and they teach the children clearly, Ali is to me like Qarun was to Musa. Those children grow up. When they're growing up, they're thinking, you know what? Qarun to Musa, that means Ali ibn Abi Talib was an enemy of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi. Yes? And that's why when you look at the history, what you find? Karbala was because of these Nawasib. I tell you something I want you to remember. Everyone focus here, please. I want you to remember something. Take this from me, and even if it's on my tombstone, I would be proud. Karbala was all about hatred of Imam Ali alayhi salam. Karbala was about hatred of Imam Ali alayhi salam by people who pretended they loved Rasulullah. Did you hear that one line? Karbala was about the hatred of Imam Ali by people who pretended they loved who? Someone says, prove it. How do I prove Karbala is about the hatred of Imam Ali by people who pretended they loved Rasulullah? How many times Imam al-Husayn came out on the 10th of Muharram and said, am I not the grandson of Rasulullah? Yeah. Anyone who's sincere on the 10th of Muharram, anyone who's sincere would have stood up and said, you know what, he's got a point. Listen, at the end of the day, I love Rasulullah. Habibi Rasulullah. Quran, what does the Quran say? قُلْ إِن كُنْتُمْ تُحِبُّونَ اللَّهَ فَاتَّبِعُونِ يُحْبِبْكُمُ اللَّهِ. Say if you claim to love Allah, follow me. Allah will love you. Imam, a number of times in the Maqtal on Ashura, don't you always hear me say, and others in the Masa'ib, am I not the grandson of Rasulullah? Am I not the son of Fatima al-Zahra? Am I not the son of Khadija? Is Ali not my father? Is Hamza not my great uncle? Is Ja'far al-Tayyar not my uncle? Imam al-Hussein, when he said those lines, you know what he was showing us? He was showing us that these people who have come here today, none of these names matter to them. None of them. You know what has come here today? A ship of graduates from Bani Umayyah School of Nasb. A ship of graduates from Bani Umayyah School of Nasb. A ship of graduates who hate my dad and they want to take out venom on me because of it. I ask you, Imam al-Husayn alayhi salam, had he ever in his life done anything wrong to them? Anything. Abu Abdullah, what did he do wrong? I ask you, in that time, did any of the sons of Imam al-Husayn ever done anything wrong to them? Did Sayyidah Zainab ever do anything wrong to them? Normally, a person could turn around and say, you know what, I don't want to get involved. But when a person turns around and says lines like, let the sins of everyone go on my shoulders, I'm going to finish him, that's not a Muslim. That's not a Muslim. That is an Arab, Qurayshi, idol worshipper in the guise of Islam. And that is Muawiyah bin Abi Sufyan's graduates. That's nothing to do with radiyallahu anhum. And a Muslim alive today should be ashamed if he has respect for a person who hated Imam Ali. And that's why the Prophet said, Ali, إِنَّهُ لَا يُحِبُّكَ إِلَّا مُؤْمِن وَلَا يُبْغِضُكَ إِلَّا munafiq. None will love you except a mu'min. Someone says, Nasb, is it still around? Or was it gone then? Was it only then? When you destroy the graves of Ahlulbayt, you're a Nasabi then. Surely. Surely. As in, I ask you, if you told anyone in the Sunni world today, would you destroy the grave of Imam al-Hasan? They'll say, no, I love Imam al-Hasan. Isn't that true? Would you destroy the grave of Imam Zayn Abidin, Imam al-Baqir, Imam Sadiq? Many in the Sunni world were against the philosophy of Ibn Taymiyyah and Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab. Yeah? Sunnis used to go ziyarah. Sunnis used to sit there in the mosque of Rasulullah. Karbala was not about Sunni bi Shia. It was the ideology of Nawasib, haters of Ahlulbayt against the Shia of Ahlulbayt. That's what it was about. And that's why when you looked at Jannat al-Baqi', 1925, they demolished it. In 1800 in Karbala, they demolished the grave of Imam al-Husayn alayhi salam. Normal. Even you see all of these Hussein Kamil, son-in-law of Saddam Hussein, how normal it was to go to the grave of Imam al-Husayn in the 1991 Gulf War and to shoot down. Any of you have been ziyarah to Karbala? Have you seen the bullet marks on top of the Darih? If you haven't seen it, next time when you go to Karbala, look on top of the Darih. You'll see bullet marks. In 1991, Saddam Hussein's army shot down the grave of Imam al-Husayn alayhi salam. That person says, La ilaha illallah, Muhammad. There's no La ilaha illallah, no Muhammad Rasulullah. If you have bughd to Ali ibn Abi Talib, if you have hatred to Ali ibn Abi Talib, and that's why, wallah, when you saw them destroy the graves in Baqi', you look and you say, Imam al-Hasan alayhi salam's grave is destroyed. Yani Imam al-Hasan means he's madloom in alive and madloom after he died. Imam al-Hasan alayhi salam, madloom while he's alive. And madloom after he had died. This Imam al-Hasan, who gave everything to the religion of Islam, end up 1,000 years after he lived, bomb his. But I wish it was 1,000 years only. No. Even within 10 years of him living, they killed his own sons in Karbala. Yeah? You know when I said to you the line, let all the sins of them come on my shoulders on the 10th of Muharram, someone said that line. Someone said that line. Which man? The man who saw Qasim ibn al-Hasan in the battlefield. That man, he said, I want all the sins to be on my shoulders. I don't care. I want to rip that boy into pieces. Rip who? Baba, rip who? The grandson of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi. Yani this is who? This is the son of Imam al-Hasan, son of Fatima al-Zahra, son of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi. You really find it normal that you will go to Jannah if you do this? Yes, they had reached that level. That Ali, anything associated with Ali, whether it's sons, whether it's nephews, we're going to butcher them one by one. And that's why you found for Abu Abdullah, the burden of his brother's sons was a huge burden on him. Yeah? He loved his brother. Imam al-Hasan alayhi salam, Imam al-Hasan was everything to Imam al-Husayn alayhi salam. And then he looked around in Karbala, and he saw the sons of Imam al-Hasan one by one standing up, and they were making it clear that we will defend Sayyid al-Shuhada. We'll defend our uncle. We'll stand up for him. How many sons? Maybe 4, 5, 7 sons. At Karbala, the narrators give different opinions. The first of them to come out on the battlefield was who? Hasan al-Muthanna. Hasan al-Muthanna came out. He fought valiantly until they chopped off his right arm. Yes? He survived Karbala. The only survivor was Hassan al-Muthanna from the sons of Imam al-Hassan alayhi salam. He came back to the army injured. Then there was another of the sons of Imam al-Hassan alayhi salam, Abdullah al-Akbar. He came out on the battlefield. He was killed. He was butchered by the opposition. Then there was another son of Imam al-Hassan came out. And all of them said, there's no way you pass us. There's no way you get to our uncle without passing us. We will protect our uncle on this day and protect the legacy of our father and our grandfather, Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam. Because that legacy continues until today. That other Abdullah, when did he come out on the battlefield? When he saw Abu Abdullah's body lying on the ground. Yes, that was one of the saddest moments on the 10th of Muharram. That other son, he had come out, he saw Imam al-Husayn's body lying on the earth of Karbala. You know Imam al-Husayn, when he had the arrows on top of him, he did not die straight away. He lay on the earth of Karbala, just lying there for about an hour, hour and a half. Just lying on the ground. I want you to picture the scene. Imagine, as Imam al-Rada alayhi salam says, my grandfather Hussein was not killed. He was slaughtered. Yeah, there's difference. Killed, one knife comes and kills someone, and that's it. You stab someone, dead. But slaughtered means you put them through torture. Yes? He was lying on the earth of Karbala. The arrows were all over his body. And Umar bin Sa'ad turned around to Harmala bin Kahil, and he said to him, shoot Hussein where you see the whiteness of his neck and chest. May Allah never show you this moment, my dear brothers and sisters. The moment he said that, Sayyidah Zainab narrates, she said, I was looking, all of a sudden I saw that young man running out of the tents. When he ran out, I said to him, come back, come back. He said to me, Auntie, how do I go back? And my uncle lies on the earth of Karbala with no one to protect him. He went and sat right opposite his uncle's body, the Maqtal says, and he just sat there and he just looked at them. Kill me first. And they shot him directly. He fell by Abu Abdullah. Imagine, Imam al-Hassan, your legacy continued with your sons. They were the ones who protected Tashayyu and protected that allegiance to Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam. But arguably the biggest of all those blows was who? Was Qasim. Yes, all of them one by one, they gave their lives. But Qasim in particular, that face that shone like a moon, that's how the narrators would say. A face that shone like a moon. He came to his uncle. He said, Uncle, allow me to go out. He said, Qasim, go back to your mother, please. You are an amana from your uncle. I want to protect you. He went back to his mother. His mother, she gave him, according to one narrator, a note. A note that when it came to the hands of Abu Abdullah, he smelt it. It had the perfume and smell of his brother Hassan alayhi salam. Allahu Akbar. Imam al-Hussein, he opened it. And he remembered his brother, Imam al-Hassan, loved Imam al-Hussein so much that even when Imam al-Hussein saw Imam al-Hassan dying, he was crying. And Imam al-Hassan said, La yawm ka yawmika ya Abu Abdullah. Your day is the day. In that letter, when he opens it, what does he see? He says, this is for my brother Hussein. One day you will be a gharib somewhere. You will have no one to be at your aid. There will be haters of Imam Ali who are there. Haters of our father. Allow my sons to represent you. The moment he saw that, the tears began to flow from the eyes of Sayyid al-Shuhada. He said to him at that moment, Qasim, come next to me, my boy. There's not much that I can do for you. Forgive me. There's not much in which I can help you at this moment. Forgive me. What did Qasim have on him on that moment? He had on him a turban. Set your eyes on that scene. And he had with him what? Some clothing, some pants, and he had with him as well slippers that he was wearing. Yes, slippers. Allahu Akbar. These slippers, we only pray they don't get stuck somewhere, yes? Because it may be difficult for him, the young man. And he had this armor on and he came out into the battlefield and he called out, In tunkiruni fa'ana ibn al-Hasan, najl al-Nabi al-Mustafa wal-Mu'taman, hada Hussein kal-Asir al-Murtahan, bayna unasin la suqu صوب المزن. He came out fighting valiantly on the battlefield, attacking each and every one of them, and while doing so turning around and looking at the face of Aba Abdullah and looking at the face of Aba al-Fadl al-Abbas, his uncle. He continued to fight until one of the army of Umar bin Sa'ad came forward and said, let me take the sins of all the Arabs on my shoulders. I'm gonna butcher him now. Qasim had continued to fight. He was riding on his horse, then the sandals of his horse came apart. He came down to try and look after the sandals on the left of his feet. All of a sudden that man came and struck Qasim on the head. He tried to get up from his place, but another came and struck him there. At that moment he called out, oh my uncle, come and help me now. Yes. Imam al-Husayn alayhi salam, the narrations mention that he came out from his tent like an eagle towards the battlefield. Allah, how much does he love Qasim to do this? He came out like an eagle on the battlefield. When he came near the killers, he went and attacked them one by one. Imagine he went direct to the killers. Having finished attacking the killers, he came to the body of his nephew. This scene breaks our heart every year. Imagine the scene between Imam al-Husayn and Qasim as they looked at each other in that moment. One of the poets says, it's as if he was looking at Imam al-Hasan while he's looking at Qasim. Another says, it's as if he was looking at his mother Fatima while he was looking at Qasim. The words that the Imam said break our hearts every year. What did the Imam say to him? It hurts your uncle that you call him, but he's not able to help you. And it hurts him that he tries to help you, but he can't assist you. Allahu Akbar, the sabr of Abu Abdullah at this moment. He tried to carry his body, but the body was all over the place. He came towards the tents. When he entered the tents, he saw his mother sitting there. Yes, would you tell the mother, except inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un? The mother wouldn't cry. Why? Because Imam al-Husayn was standing there. The moment he left, she fell on the body of her boy. إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. مأتم الحسين. يا حسين يا حسين يا حسين يا حسين يا
उस गरी रोए बहुत उस गरी रोए बहुत शह को हसन याद आए लाशा कासिम का नजर आया हसन याद आए लाशा कासिम का नजर आया हसन याद आए हाय कासिम ना तेरे टुकड़े बदन के होते हाय कासिम ना तेरे टुकड़े बदन के होते रोक के सीने से है रोक के सीने से लगा या तो हसन याद आए लाशा कासिम का नजर आया हसन याद आए टुकड़े ٹکڑے قاسم کے چنے اور وبا میں ڈالے، ٹکڑے قاسم کے چنے اور وبا میں ڈالے، باندھ کر لاشا ہے، باندھ کر لاشا اٹھا، یا تو حسن یاد آئے، لاشا قاسم کا نظر آیا، حسن یاد آئے، ہائے قاسم نہ تیرے ٹکڑے بدن کے ہوتے، ہائے قاسم نہ تیرے ٹکڑے بدن کے ہوتے، روک کے سینے سے ہے، روک کے سینے سے لگا، یا تو حسن یاد آئے، لاشا قاسم کا نظر آیا، حسن یاد آئے، لاشا قاسم کا نظر آیا، حسن یاد آئے، لاشا قاسم کا نظر آیا، حسن یاد آئے، فیض شبیر جو قاسم کا جنازہ لائے، فیض شبیر جو قاسم کا جنازہ لائے، زخمی تیروں پہ ہے، زخمی تیروں پہ جنازے پہ حسن یاد آئے، لاشا قاسم کا نظر آیا، حسن یاد آئے، لاشا قاسم کا نظر آیا، حسن یاد آئے، ٹکڑے قاسم کے چنے اور عبا میں ڈالے، ٹکڑے قاسم کے چنے اور عبا میں ڈالے، باندھ کر لاشا ہے، باندھ کر لاشا اٹھایا تو حسن یاد آئے، لاشا قاسم کا نظر آیا، حسن یاد آئے، لاشا قاسم کا نظر آیا، حسن یا حسین، 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 سب مل کے یا حسین، 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 یا لہو بھرے تیرے قدموں کو بھی بلا کو سلام، لہو بھرے تیرے قدموں کو بھی بلا کو سلام، لہو بھرے تیرے قدموں کو بھی بلا کو سلام، لہو بھرے تیرے قدموں کو بھی بلا کو سلام، لہو بھرے تیرے قدموں کو بھی بلا کو سلام، سب مل کے لہو بھرے تیرے قدموں کو بھی بلا کو سلام لہو بھرے تیرے قدموں کو بھی بلا کو سلام تو نے کیے بڑے مشکل تو نے کیے بڑے مشکل سفر مسافر شام لہو بھرے تیرے قدموں کو بھی بلا کو سلام لہو بھرے تیرے قدموں کو بھی بلا کو سلام لہو بھرے تیرے قدموں کو بھی بلا کو سلام لہو بھرے تیرے قدموں کو بھی بلا کو سلام بنا نالین کے کانٹوں ہر پتھروں پہ چلی بنا نالین کے کانٹوں ہر پتھروں پہ چلی تو کتنی راتوں کی جاگی تو کتنی راتوں کی جاگی تجھے ملا نا آرام لہو بھرے تیرے قدموں کو بھی بلا کو سلام لہو بھرے تیرے قدموں کو بھی بلا کو سلام لہو بھرے تیرے قدموں کو بھی بلا کو سلام لہو بھرے تیرے قدموں کو بھی بلا کو سلام ورم ہے پیروں پہ دربار میں کھڑی جو رہی ورم ہے پیروں میں دربار میں کھڑی جو رہی 2 گھنٹے تیرا مسلسل 2 گھنٹے تیرا مسلسل بڑا طویل قیام لہو بھرے تیرے قدموں کو بھی بلا کو سلام لہو بھرے تیرے قدموں کو بھی بلا کو سلام لہو بھرے تیرے قدموں کو بھی بلا کو سلام لہو بھرے تیرے قدموں کو بھی بلا کو سلام تو نے کیے بڑے مشکل تو نے کیے بڑے مشکل سفر مسافر شام لہو بھرے تیرے قدموں کو بھی بلا کو سلام لہو بھرے تیرے قدموں کو بھی بلا کو سلام منانے بائی کا چہلوں میں آ گئی کربل منانے بائی کا چہلوں میں آ گئی کربل دکھائی دیتا ہے سجدہ دکھائی دیتا ہے سجدہ زمین میں جلتے خیام لہو بھرے تیرے قدموں کو بھی بلا کو سلام لہو بھرے تیرے قدموں کو بھی بلا کو سلام لہو بھرے تیرے قدموں کو بھی بلا کو سلام لہو بھرے تیرے قدموں کو بھی بلا کو سلام کہاں کہاں نہ گری میں ردا بچانے کو کہاں کہاں نہ گری میں ردا بچانے کو سمر کے سامنے لیتی سمر کے سامنے لیتی رہی عباس کا نام لہو بھرے تیرے قدموں کو بھی بلا کو سلام لہو بھرے تیرے قدموں کو بھی بلا کو سلام لہو بھرے تیرے قدموں کو بھی بلا کو سلام لہو بھرے تیرے قدموں کو بھی بلا کو سلام کہاں کہاں نہ گری میری دا بچانے کو سامنے لیتی سمر کے سامنے لیتی رہی عباس کا نام لہو بہے تیرے قدموں کو بی بی لاکھوں سلام لہو بہے تیرے قدموں کو بی بی لاکھوں سلام لہو بہے تیرے قدموں کو بی بی لاکھوں سلام لہو بہے تیرے قدموں کو بی بی لاکھوں سلام بنا نالین کے کانٹوں ہر پتھروں پہ چلی بنا نالین کے کانٹوں ہر پتھروں پہ چلی تو کتنی راتوں کی جاگی تو کتنی راتوں کی جاگی تجھے ملا نارام لہو بہے تیرے قدموں کو بی بی لاکھوں سلام لہو بہے تیرے قدموں یا حسین 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 اس وقت جب کہ زینب دربار میں گئی تھی نمازیوں سے محفل سجی ہوئی تھی ظالم یہ پوچھتا تھا غازی تیرا کہاں ہے بالوں سے منہ چھپائے زینب یہ کہہ رہی تھی اے میرے بابا جان ہو رہی ہے اذان سر چھپا لوں کہاں اے میرے بابا جان ہو رہی ہے اذان سر چھپاؤں کہاں اے میرے بابا جان ہو رہی ہے اذان سر چھپاؤں کہاں مجمع عام میں بے وطن بے امان آ گیا کارواں اے میرے بابا سر جھکاؤں کہاں اے میرے بابا جان ہو رہی ہے اذان سر جھکاؤں کہاں میں بھی ہوں مرضیہ بنت خیر النساء میرے لہجے میں ہے بابا تیری ادا نام زینب میرا تو نے جو رکھ دیا اپنی زبان اے میرے بابا جان ہو سر جھکاؤں کہاں اے میرے بابا جان ہو رہی ہے اذان سر جھکاؤں کہاں بابا جان میری دا مانگتے رہ گئے بامودر سج گئے جیتے جی مر گئی حلقہ شام میں نام سن کر میرا مر گیا ناتواں ہے میرے بابا جان ہو رہی ہے اذان سر جھکاؤں کہاں اے میرے کہاں ہاتھ کانوں پہ ہے نیل گالوں پہ ہے اور نشان جو سکینہ کے شانوں پہ ہے ہر نشان سے یہی آ رہی ہے صدا بابا جان اے میرے بابا جان ہو رہی ہے اذان سر چھپاؤں کہاں اے میرے بابا جان ہو رہی ہے اذان سر چھپاؤں کہاں شام عاشور سے شام کوفہ تلک میں نے مانگا نہیں ہے خراج فداک میری چادر سے ہے میری ماں کا سکون سن لے ظالم جہاں اے میرے بابا جان ہو رہی سر چھپا لوں کہاں اے میرے بابا جان ہو رہی ہے اذان سر چھپاؤں کہاں بابا جان یہ تیرا آخری تھا بیان تیری چادر بچے غازی کہاں مر گیا با وفا چھن گئی ہے ردا کہتی ہے بیبیاں عباس 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 رک نہ پایا میرا با وفا کا وہ سر نوکے نیزہ سے آنے لگا خاک پر بہن کو در بدر دیکھ کر ننگے سر سہ نہ پائے جوان اے میرے بابا جان ہو رہی ہے اذان سر چھپاؤں کہاں اے میرے بابا جان ہو رہی ہے اذان سر چھپاؤں کہاں ہاتھ کانوں پہ ہے نیل گالوں پہ ہے اور تمام اور نشان جو سکینہ پہ گالوں پہ ہے ہر نشان سے یہی آ رہی ہے صدا بابا جان اے میرے بابا جان ہو رہی ہے اذان سر جھکاؤں کہاں اے میرے بابا جان ہو رہی ہے اذان سر جھکاؤں کہاں یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین مل کے پڑھیں یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین یا واہ ویلا ہے واہ ویلا 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 سب مل کے کرو اب اہل عزا واہ ویلا ہے واہ ویلا مل کے نام مولا دوسرا سن کے ماتمی واہ ویلا واہ ویلا ہے واہ ویلا اسلام نبی کا بچایا ہے تکبیر کا دیپ جلایا ہے تکبیر کا دیپ جلایا ہے قرآن کا مان بڑھایا ہے توحید پہ گھر کو لٹایا ہے شبیر کا ماتم واہ ویلا دلگیر کا ماتم واہ ویلا یہ اہل عزا کا ہے نوحہ واہ ویلا ہے واہ ویلا واہ ویلا ہے واہ ویلا واہ ویلا ہے واہ مرحبا ویلا سب مل کے کرو اب اہل عزا واہ ویلا ہے واہ ویلا مل کے واہ ویلا جیو ماتمی ہے واہ ویلا کیسے ہو رقم محوال جفا آدان ستم کچھ ایسا کیا آدان ستم کچھ ایسا کیا قاسم کا جسد پامال ہوا بے حال ہوئی ام فروا قاسم کا ماتم واہ ویلا بے کس کا ماتم واہ ویلا قاسم کا غم ہے اور کبرا واہ ویلا ہے واہ ویلا 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 واہ ویلا جیو ماتمی ہے واہ ویلا سب مل کے کرو اب اہل عزا واہ ویلا ہے واہ ویلا واہ ویلا ہے مرحبا ہے واہ ویلا ہم شکل پیغمبر مارا گیا 6 ماہ کا اصغر مارا گیا 6 ماہ کا اصغر مارا گیا عباس دلاور مارا گیا شبیر کا دل بر مارا گیا اکبر کا ماتم واہ ویلا اصغر کا ماتم واہ ویلا زینب کے لبوں پر تھی یہ صدا واہ ویلا ہے واہ ویلا 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 واہ ویلا ماشاءاللہ ہے واہ ویلا سب مل کے کرو اب اہل عزا واہ ویلا ہے واہ ویلا واہ ویلا ہے واہ ویلا کیا غربت تھی تنہائی تھی جب شام غریب آئی تھی جب شام غریب آئی تھی ایک ظلم کی بدلی چھائی تھی پیغام اسیری لائی تھی غربت کا ماتم واہ ویلا اطرت کا ماتم واہ ویلا سب اہل حرم کی چھین ردا واہ ویلا ہے واہ ویلا 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 واہ ویلا جیو ماتمی مرحبا ہے واہ ویلا سب مل کے کرو اب اہل عزا واہ ویلا ہے واہ ویلا واہ ویلا واہ ویلا کیسے ہو رقم محوال جفا آدان ستم کچھ ایسا کیا آدان ستم کچھ ایسا کیا قاسم کا جسد پامال ہوا بے حال ہوئی ام فروا قاسم کا ماتم واویلا قاسم کا ماتم واویلا قاسم کا ماتم واویلا بے کس کا ماتم واویلا قاسم کا غم ہے اور کبرا واویلا ہے واویلا واویلا جیو ماتمی مرحبا واویلا واویلا ہے واویلا واویلا الوداعی مصرع پیش کروں ہاں واویلا ہے واویلا واویلا ہے واویلا ہم شکل پیمبر مارا گیا 6 ماہ کا اصغر مارا گیا 6 ماہ کا اصغر مارا گیا عباس دلاور مارا گیا شبیر کا دل بر مارا گیا اکبر کا ماتم واویلا اکبر کا ماتم واویلا اکبر کا ماتم واویلا اصغر کا ماتم واویلا زینب کے لبوں پر تھی یہ صدا واویلا ہے واویلا واویلا ہے واویلا واویلا یا حسین یا حسین یا
بر محمد و آل محمد صلوات اللہم صلی علی محمد سورة المبارکۃ الفاتحہ
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليك يا رسول الله السلام عليك يا أمير المؤمنين السلام عليك يا فاطمة الزهراء السلام عليك يا خديجة الكبرى السلام عليك يا حسن المجتبى السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله الحسين وعلى 9 المعصومين من ذريتك علي بن الحسين ومحمد بن علي وجعفر بن محمد وموسى بن جعفر وعلي بن موسى ومحمد بن علي وعلي بن محمد والحسن بن علي والحجة بن الحسن أجل الله فرجه وسهل الله مخرجه وظهوره والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته
الله بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم كن لوليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا معينا حتى تسكنه أرضك ضوءا وتمتعه فيها طويلا لبيك يا حسين لبيك يا حسين لبيك يا حسين
Plan it then. I'm going to bring you there, man. No, I'm going to. I don't know if it might be a bit. I mean, he's a bit different because it's like high. Kind of. Wait, just like that. Not like that. It's good, yeah. But I think well, it's excessive pain. Yeah, well, Friday, Saturday, yeah. 3 o'clock is
you, Ammar.